I still remember the moment Emily stood in the doorway with her suitcase half sipped and said, "I think I need a short family-only trip. Just a few days to breathe." Her voice sounded calm, but something under it felt tight, like she was forcing every word. I leaned against the wall and said, "A family trip. Since when do you take those without telling me earlier?" She didn't look at me. She just kept folding her sweater, pretending she didn't hear the uncertainty in my voice. When she finally looked up, she said, "I told you last week. Maybe you forgot." I hadn't forgotten. She never mentioned anything. Still, I swallowed my doubt and said, "Right. Maybe I did." I tried to smile, but my chest felt heavy, like someone pressed a hand against it. I sat on the edge of the bed and watched her pack. Every time I asked a question, "Where are you staying? How long exactly? Will you have cell service?" She gave short answers and kept turning away. At one point she said, "Ethan, please don't make this weird. I just need space." I wanted to say, space from what? From me. But the words stayed trapped in my throat. Later that night, I called Liam and told him everything. The second he picked up, he said, "You sound like crap. What's going on now?" I walked into the kitchen and whispered, "Emily is going on some family trip. She's acting strange." "What kind of strange?" He asked. "The kind where she won't look me in the eye. The kind where she keeps shutting her phone the second I walk into the room." Liam exhaled loudly. "Man, are you sure she's telling the truth? Are you sure this is a family trip?" I pressed my fingers against my forehead. "I don't know. I want to believe her. That's not what I asked." "I know," I said quietly. "But yeah, I'm trying to trust her." "Trying isn't the same as actually trusting," he said. 3 years together, Ethan. She shouldn't make you doubt everything." I hated how right he sounded. The next morning, as Emily rolled her suitcase to the door, I asked, "Do you want me to drop you off?" She shook her head too quickly. "No, Dad will pick me up." "Don't stress." "Not stressing," I lied. She gave a small smile, kissed my cheek, and said, "I'll text you when I get there." Then she walked out. I watched her from the window until her figure disappeared. For a full minute, I just stood there, holding the curtain, wondering why the hell my stomach felt twisted. Mom came by a little later with breakfast. She set the container on the counter and said, "You look tired. Are you sick?" "No," I said. "Just didn't sleep well." Linda stared at me the way only a mother can. "What's wrong with you?" "Nothing," I said again. "Don't lie to me." I sighed and sat down. "Emily went on a trip. I guess I'm just overthinking." Linda crossed her arms. "Overthinking what?" "I don't know," I said. "Something feels off." "Well, trust your gut," she said softly. "Your gut is loud for a reason." I didn't want to think about that sentence, so I changed the subject until she eventually left. Hours passed. I tried watching TV. I tried reading. Nothing worked. I checked my phone every few minutes, waiting for Emily to text she arrived safely. When she finally did, the message was short. "Made it. Love you." I stared at the screen for a while before typing back, "Send me a picture. I want to see you happy." She didn't reply for 10 minutes. Then, eventually a photo came through. It was a dinner table. Her parents, her sister, her cousins, all smiling. Emily took the picture from across the table. At first glance, it looked normal. But then my eyes drifted to the right side of the image. An extra glass. A man's glass. Wider, darker drink. Unmistakably not hers. Not anyone I recognized. I zoomed in. My chest tightened. Who the hell is sitting next to her? I whispered. I sent Liam the picture. Seconds later, he called me. "Dude, that's not a coincidence." I paced across the living room. "It could be anything," I said, trying to convince myself more than him. "Anything?" He said, "Come on, Ethan. There's no guy in the photo, but there's a glass." And she didn't mention anyone else joining. Doesn't this feel wrong? It does, I admitted. But I don't want to jump to conclusions. "Okay," he said slowly. "Then call the hotel. Ask if she checked in with anyone. If she's there with family, they'll confirm it." "That's insane," I said. "It's smart," he replied. "Do you want peace, or do you want doubt?" "Peace. God, I wanted peace. My hands shook as I dialed the hotel number Emily had given me earlier. A woman answered. "Good evening. How may I help you?" I swallowed hard. "Hi, I wanted to confirm that my girlfriend checked in safely. Emily Carter." "One moment," she said. Those few seconds felt like an hour. I stared at the wall, barely breathing. Then the woman came back. Her voice was different, lower, careful. "I'm sorry, sir. We don't have a guest by that name." My heart dropped. "What? Can you check again? Maybe under her family's name?" "I checked all reservations for today," she said quietly. "There is no Carter family staying here." I froze. My phone almost slipped from my hand. The woman hesitated before adding, "Sir, are you sure you have the right hotel?" "I'm sure," I whispered. "Thank you." I ended the call. My whole body went cold. Liam's voice rang through my head. "Are you sure she's telling the truth?" For the first time, I realized I wasn't sure at all. I didn't think. I just grabbed my keys and drove. The road felt endless, and every streetlight I passed made my chest tighter. By the time I reached the hotel, my hands were shaking so badly I could barely pull the door open. The lobby was quiet, almost too clean, like a place where lies could hide in plain sight. I walked straight to the front desk. "I need to talk to the night manager," I said. My voice cracked, and I hated how weak it sounded. The receptionist, a young guy with tired eyes, frowned. "Sir, if you have a reservation issue—" "It's not a reservation," I snapped. "It's my girlfriend. She said she was staying here. Her family should be here. They're not. I need answers." "I'm sorry. We can't give out guest information." "I'm not asking for secrets," I said. "I'm just trying to understand why she lied to me." He looked away, clearly uncomfortable. "Let me call the manager." A few minutes later, an older man in a gray vest walked out from the back office. He had a stiff posture and a face that looked used to saying no. "I'm Mr. Collins," he said. "How can I help you?" I swallowed hard. "Emily Carter. She told me she was checking in today with her family. The front desk says there's no Carter family here." He studied me. "And you believe she's lying?" "I don't know what to believe," I said. "But something is wrong. Just tell me if she's here." "I can't confirm that." My throat tightened. "Please, I'm not angry. I'm scared." His expression softened, but he kept shaking his head. "I understand, but our policies don't stop pain," I whispered. "Please. I just want to know the truth before it kills me." Something in my voice must have cracked open the wall he'd built. He sighed heavily. "Come with me." He led me down a quiet hallway to a small security office. Screens filled the wall elevators, hallways, doors. He stood in front of a computer, typing slowly. "If I show you anything," he said, "you didn't get it from me." "Thank you," I breathed. But he added, "You need to prepare yourself. Sometimes the truth hurts more than the lie." My stomach twisted. "Just show me." He pulled up a time stamp. "You said she arrived earlier today?" "Yes," I said. "She texted me around 6. He clicked on the hallway outside room 407. The footage loaded. I leaned forward, gripping the desk. Emily appeared on the screen. My heart jumped into my throat. She was laughing and pushing her hair behind. Did her ear like she always did when she was flirting. But she wasn't alone. A man stepped into the frame beside her. Taller than me. Dark jacket. Confident posture. He leaned close, whispering something in her ear. She giggled. Then he wrapped his arm around her waist like it belonged there. I felt something inside me tear. "No," I whispered. No, this isn't real." Mr. Collins lowered his head. "I'm sorry," stared at the screen as the man unlocked the door for her, his hand still on her waist. Emily didn't push him away. She didn't hesitate. She walked into the room with him. I felt the world tilt. My vision blurred. My breath turned sharp and uneven. "Who is he?" I choked out. "Do you know him?" Mr. Collins shook his head. "No. His face isn't clear from this angle. But he didn't act like someone who wasn't supposed to be there." I pressed my fist against my forehead. "She told me it was a family trip." She said she needed space. He touched my shoulder gently. You didn't deserve this. I let out a broken laugh. I guess someone always deserves it. Maybe it's me. No, he said firmly. Don't do that to yourself. But I couldn't hear him anymore. My head was buzzing. I stepped out of the room before I drowned in the screens. When I reached the cold night air, my legs gave out, and I sat on the pavement, shaking so hard I could barely breathe. I called Liam, the second he answered. I whispered, She lied to me, man. What happened? Where are you? He asked. At the hotel, I said. I saw footage. She was with someone, a guy. His arm was around her like they'd done it 1,000 times. Liam cursed loudly. Stay there. I'm coming. I couldn't. Every time I blinked, I saw her smiling at him. Smiling like she never smiled at me anymore. When Liam finally pulled up, he got out of the car fast and knelt beside me. Look at me, Ethan. What exactly did you see? I told him everything, my voice shaking, my hands numb. When I finished, he looked furious. She did that to you? After everything, after 3 damn years, I wiped my face. Why would she do this? What did I do wrong? You didn't do anything wrong, he said. People like her, they take and take and take until someone breaks. I feel broken, I whispered. I know, he said softly. But listen to me. Do not confront her right now. You're hurt. You're angry. She twists your words and make you doubt what you saw. Wait. Let her sink deeper into her own lies. I stared at the dark sky. I don't know if I can hold it in. You can, he said. Because you need the truth, not another lie from her mouth. I nodded weakly and got into his car. The engine hummed, but my mind was louder. On the drive home, Liam kept glancing at me. You're not alone, okay? I'm here. I barely heard him. All I heard was my own voice echoing in my skull. Maybe I wasn't enough, and for the first time, I believed it. I knew something was wrong the moment Emily walked through the door, smiling like nothing in her world had cracked. I'm home, she said, dropping her bag on the couch. I nodded, forcing my own face to stay still. Trip was good? I asked. It was fine, she said. Just long. Aaron looked at me from the kitchen doorway. Dinner's ready, he said. Sophie followed him in, carrying bowls, smiling softly. We sat at the table. Emily's phone buzzed as she picked up her fork. She glanced at the screen and flipped it over. Aaron raised an eyebrow. Someone's popular. Emily laughed lightly. Just work stuff. Another buzz. Then another? I asked. You gonna get that? It's nothing, Ethan, she said sharply. Just eat. Sophie tried to redirect. So, how was the hotel? Looked fancy. Emily tensed. It was fine, but I stared at her phone. Who were you with there? I asked. She froze. What are you talking about? You heard me, I said. Who were you with at the hotel? She forced a laugh. My coworkers. No, I said. Outside your door. Her eyes flicked to me. Ethan. I pulled out my phone, opened the screenshot, and slid it across the table. Her in the hallway, a man's arm around her waist, her face strained. Where did you get that? Aaron leaned forward. Emily, what is that? She looked at me like I'd betrayed her. You spied on me? My jaw clenched. That's what you're focusing on? You invaded my privacy, she shouted, standing up. How could you do that? Aaron raised his hands. Emily, slow down, no? She snapped. This is insane. I stood too. I went because something felt wrong. She wiped her eyes. I didn't lie. Then who is he? I asked. Sophie whispered. Please just be honest. Emily gripped the table. It was Daniel. Aaron swore under his breath. Sophie covered her mouth. I felt the room spin. Daniel? The guy you said you cut off? He messaged me months ago, she said. I felt lonely. I stared at her. Lonely? I've been here. Every day, she whispered. I didn't think you'd find out. Aaron muttered, unbelievable. Emily turned on him. You don't get to judge me. He's my brother, Aaron snapped. I looked at her again. You let him stay with you at the hotel? It wasn't like that, she said. It just happened. Did you kiss him? She didn't answer. Did you sleep with him? She covered her face. Don't make me say it. My chest tightened. You already did. She stepped closer. I made a mistake. We can fix this. Oh, I whispered. You did? Aaron moved beside me, silent but supportive. Emily, I said, I need you to leave. She stared at me. Ethan, please, I said. Go. She grabbed her bag with trembling hands and walked out without another word. When the door closed, Aaron let out a breath. You okay? I sank into my chair. I don't know. Sophie placed a hand on my shoulder. You didn't deserve that. My voice cracked. I loved her. Aaron sat beside me. Then let her go. I nodded, though my chest felt hollow. I just wanted the truth. You got it, he said. I covered my face. She broke me. Aaron pulled me into a quick hug. We'll put you back together, I exhaled, shaking. I don't know where to start. He squeezed my shoulder. With us. With breathing. I nodded. Okay. Aaron looked at me closely. When did you find out? Last night, I said. I drove to the hotel. I couldn't sleep until I knew. Sophie leaned in. And they showed you the footage just like that? No, I said. I broke down in front of the manager. He felt bad for me. He showed me a short clip. Aaron shook his head. You should have called me. I didn't want it to be real, I murmured. Saying it out loud would have made it real. Sophie's voice softened. What did you feel when you saw her with him? Like the ground fell out under me, I said. Like everything I trusted cracked. Aaron tapped the table. She tried to flip it on you tonight. Like you were the problem. Yeah, I whispered. She didn't apologize. She blamed me for asking questions. Sophie sighed. That's not love. That's guilt talking. I nodded slowly. I kept hoping there was some explanation. Something that made sense. Aaron frowned. There is an explanation. She chose someone else. I swallowed hard. I thought I wasn't enough. Sophie shook her head. Don't do that to yourself. Her choices don't define your worth. I leaned back, staring at the ceiling. She said I'd regret telling her to leave. She said that because she lost control, Aaron said. Not because she was right. I looked at him. What do I even do tomorrow? Aaron shrugged gently. Breathe, eat, take it slow, Sophie nodded. And talk to us. Don't disappear into your pain. I let out a shaky breath. It just hurts. Aaron stood and put a hand on my shoulder. We'll get through it. You're not alone. I nodded, feeling the weight easing just slightly. Thanks, seriously. Sophie smiled softly. One day at a time, okay? Yeah, I whispered. One day at a time. I breathed out slowly, trying to believe healing would eventually find me again. I thought I could breathe again after last night. Thought I'd finally put Emily behind me? But Sophie's voice on the phone cracked that illusion. Ethan, she said softly, I saw Emily. And Daniel. Months ago. At the mall. I didn't think it was serious. What? I froze, phone pressed to my ear. You knew and didn't tell me? I didn't think it was. Anything. I swear. I dropped onto the couch, my hands in my hair. So she's been lying for months? Sophie hesitated. I think so. I mean, she's always been distant. I just thought she had her reasons. I hung up slowly, staring at the wall. My chest felt like it had been smashed. Liam's words from last night echoed in my head. She was distant before the trip. I called him immediately. Liam, I said, when he picked up. It's worse than I thought. Ethan, slow down, he said. Tell me, she's been distant. Not just last week, not just the trip. Months before. I didn't see it. Yeah, he said quietly. I noticed it too. You were giving her everything, and she was already slipping away, sank back, closing my eyes. How could I have missed it? Don't blame yourself, he said firmly. People hide things. That's not on you. Before I could answer, my phone buzzed. Emily. Again, I ignored it. Then another message came. Ethan, please. I never meant to hurt you. I need you to forgive me. I threw my phone onto the couch. I can't, I muttered. I can't do this anymore. Then, another ping. Daniel, Ethan, I'm sorry for everything. I never wanted to cause this pain. I stared at the screen, heart hammering, pain, betrayal, anger. I felt like I'd been stabbed from all sides. I knew I needed a distraction. I grabbed my gym bag and drove there, trying to shake the tension out of my body. I ran on the treadmill until my lungs burned, until my legs felt like concrete. I stepped off and tried to catch my breath. That's when I noticed her, Ava, the receptionist. She had kind eyes and a soft smile, like she noticed the weight I carried before I even spoke. You okay? She asked and laughed bitterly. Not really. She tilted her head. Most people don't look like they've been through what you have and still show up here. I shook my head. You wouldn't understand. Try me, she said, leaning on the counter casually. I sighed. It's complicated. My girlfriend cheated on me. Then she lied. And I just found out it's been going on longer than I realized. Iva's eyes softened. That's a lot to carry alone. You're talking about it, though. That's good. Better than bottling it up. I don't even know where to start, I admitted. Start with small steps, she said. Focus on yourself. Hit the gym, get some sleep, talk to someone you trust. Healing doesn't happen overnight, but it does happen. I smiled faintly, the first one that day. Thanks for listening. Anytime, she said. Seriously, if you ever need advice or someone to just hear you out, I'm here. I nodded, feeling a little lighter. I didn't know it yet, but Ava would become someone I trusted, a reminder that kindness still existed by the time I got home. The sky had darkened. I dropped my bag and slumped onto the couch, phone in hand. I hadn't seen Emily's texts yet. I knew they were waiting, like claws ready to tear open my chest. Then, a knock. I froze. Nobody came here unannounced. I slowly stood and opened the door. Emily stood there, hair pulled back, makeup faint but her eyes pleading. My heart twisted, even as anger burned through me. Ethan, she said, voice trembling. I need to talk. Please, just 5 minutes. Why now? I asked. My hands shook slightly. You've called, you've texted, you've lied. Again, why? She took a deep breath. It's bigger than you know. It's bigger than us. I narrowed my eyes. What do you mean? She swallowed. Daniel. It's not just about me. He's involved in something dangerous. Something I didn't tell anyone. I tried to protect you, but now... My chest tightened. Now what? She hesitated, looking like she wanted to explain, but the words wouldn't come. I closed the door a little. I should just walk away. No, she said urgently. Please, you need to know. You deserve the truth. I stood there, heart pounding, staring at her. Part of me wanted to slam the door. Part of me wanted to hear everything. Fine, I whispered. Talk, but be honest. No lies this time. She nodded, and for the first time, I felt the weight of the world shift. Whatever came next would change everything. And deep down, I realized I wasn't ready for it. Emily showed up again the next morning. I wasn't ready, but I opened the door anyway. She looked smaller somehow, like the lies had hollowed her out. Ethan, she said, voice trembling. I need to tell you the truth. Please, just listen.
Hi.
I crossed my arms. You've said that before. Go ahead. She swallowed. Daniel, he and I. It wasn't just the trip. It started before we even met. Before you? I laughed bitterly. Before I existed in your life, huh? Her eyes filled with tears. I didn't know how to stop it. I thought I could handle it. I never wanted to hurt you. Shook my head. You've humiliated me, Emily. You've lied and cheated, and now you want pity? No, she whispered. I need you to know the truth. Truth doesn't fix what you did, I said. I don't want revenge. I don't want to hurt you. I just want Peace. She blinked. Peace. Yes, I said, voice quiet but firm. Peace. For me. For my sanity. Everything else will sort itself out. She trembled, lips quivering. I understand. I closed the door gently and leaned against it, letting the silence swallow me. For the first time, I felt the anger start to fade. Not gone, but manageable. Then my phone buzzed. Rachel. I frowned. Who's this? Ethan, I know everything. I need proof to confront Daniel and Emily. Please, I'm begging you. I stared at the message. Daniela's fiancé. She had a right to know. I typed back, I can help. I'll send the footage. Within the hour, Rachel messaged back, thank you. I won't forget this. I didn't have to wait long. News started trickling in. Emily's office called her into HR. Word got around fast. Rachel had exposed everything. Emily was fired. I heard about Daniel too. His apartment lease was terminated after Rachel confronted him. He had nowhere to go. I sat on my couch, phone in hand, watching it all unfold silently. My chest tightened, but not with rage. Not anymore, Liam called. So, does this feel good now? He asked, trying to read my expression. I looked up at him. No, I said slowly. I don't feel good. I feel free. Liam blinked. Free, yes, I said. I don't have to worry about Emily anymore. I don't have to chase the truth. Karma took care of it. I can breathe. He laughed softly. Wow, that's actually kind of inspiring. I smiled faintly. Inspiring, huh? I just feel like I can move on without the weight of lies dragging me down. That evening, I met Ava at the gym. She noticed I was quieter than usual, thoughtful. You're doing better, she said. I can see it in your eyes. I'm surviving, I admitted. It's strange. Everything went wrong, but now I feel strong. Strange, right? No, she said, smiling. Strength comes from surviving. From letting go of what you can't control and taking back control of what you can. I nodded, feeling her words sink in. I think I'm starting to understand that. I've spent so long reacting. Now it feels like I'm moving forward. You are, she said. And it's okay to let yourself feel proud of that, I guess, I said, leaning back. I don't know if I've felt proud in years. Then start now, she said simply. I laughed a little, letting the sound out. It was rough and uneven, but it felt like breathing again. When I got home, I looked at my phone one more time. Emily had tried calling again. I let it ring. I didn't answer. Daniel's messages stopped too. His apologies seemed hollow now, meaningless. And somewhere deep down, I realized I didn't care anymore. Not about their lies. Not about their excuses. I poured a glass of water and stared out the window. Night had fallen. The city lights glimmered, but for the first time, I didn't feel small under them. I survived, I whispered to myself, and I'm stronger than I thought. Ava had been right. Taking back control wasn't instant. It was slow, deliberate, and painfully satisfying. I turned off my phone. No calls, no messages. Just me. Just breathing. Just living, and for the first time in months, I felt powerful. Not in a way that needed revenge. Not in a way that demanded apologies. Just free. Free from Emily, free from Daniel, free from the weight of lies and betrayal. I smiled faintly. The road ahead wouldn't be easy, but at least I was walking it on my own terms. For the first time, I believed I could survive anything. I wasn't expecting her. The knock on the door made my chest tighten. I opened it slowly. Emily stood there, hair disheveled, eyes red and swollen, like life had chewed her up and spat her out. Ethan, please, can we talk? She whispered. I studied her for a moment. You've said that before? I know. She broke off, voice shaking. I didn't think I'd lose everything. You lost your chance, I said quietly. Her bottom lip trembled. I want to fix things, please. I'll do anything. I let her words hang in the air. Silence stretched between us. Ethan, she said softly. Are you listening? I am, I said. But some things, they can't be fixed. She took a small step closer. I made a mistake. I know that. But I saved this for the last goodbye, I said, holding up my phone. She frowned, confused. What is that? I unlocked it and showed her the footage. The same clip? The hallway. Daniel's arm around her. My hands shaking as I watched it for the first time. Her eyes widened. This was the moment I stopped loving you, I said. My voice was steady. Her hand flew to her mouth. Ethan, please. I know, I interrupted gently. I need you to understand. This isn't just about what happened. It's about who you are. I can't trust you. I can't forgive you, and I won't. She fell to her knees, sobbing. I'll do anything. I'll prove to you I can change. I'm happy now, I said, taking a deep breath. I'm finally free of all of it. I'm seeing where things go with someone who actually respects me. Her eyes narrowed, hope flickering and dying at the same time. Who? I smiled faintly. Ava, her shoulders slumped. You? You're with someone else? Yes, I said. And she's good for me. She helps me heal. She makes me feel alive again. Emily shook her head, tears streaming. I never thought you'd be over me. I stepped aside. I'm not over you. I've moved past what I needed to move past. There's no place for you here anymore. She got to her feet, trembling. So, this is it. Yes, I said firmly. It's over. Her hands fell to her sides. She looked at me like she'd been hit. Then she turned and walked away silently, the sound of the door closing echoing like a punctuation mark on our past. I leaned against the wall, letting the quiet settle over me. My chest ached with a strange mixture of sadness and peace. I didn't feel triumphant. I felt complete. Later, I stepped outside the gym where Ava was waiting. She smiled when she saw me. Hey, she said. You okay? I paused, letting her words sink in. I am now, I said. She raised an eyebrow, studying me carefully. Finally, I nodded. Finally. She reached out and touched my arm. You look lighter, like you've been carrying a weight and just set it down. I have, I admitted. It's weird, but freeing. I thought I'd never feel this again. She laughed softly. I'm glad you do. You deserve it. I let a small smile slip. Thanks for being here. I don't think I could have done any of this without someone like you around. Ava shrugged, still smiling. I didn't do anything. You did the hard part yourself. I shook my head. No, you reminded me I could be happy again. That life doesn't have to hurt this much. She leaned closer. And now? I took a deep breath. Now I focus on what's ahead. On the people who matter. On me. Ava's eyes softened. Good, that's how it should be. We stood together in the fading light, the city humming around us, the past finally feeling like it belonged somewhere behind me. I realized I hadn't thought about Emily's betrayal in hours. Not actively. Not painfully. And that in itself felt miraculous. I think I can trust again, I said quietly. You already are, Ava said with a smile. I nodded, letting her words settle. The last weight had lifted, and for the first time in what felt like forever, I could breathe freely. I looked at her, feeling the future stretch wide before me. It was uncertain. It was messy. But it was mine, and I mean it, I said, more to myself than anyone. I am okay. I really am. Ava smiled, and I believed her. I believed me. For the first time in a long while, I felt whole.